G'day and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I want to show you a really simple way to improve your neck mobility with a ball. And if you've been a follower of the channel, you'll know that this tends to be my go-to exercise for a lot of neck dysfunction, whether that be specific neck pain or dysfunction, or any RSIs or tendinitises or overuse issues that might be stemming from the neck. Because I feel like this tends to trump a lot of the basic exercises that we tend to give you as health professionals. So if you've been dealing with persistent neck pain or your neck just doesn't move as smoothly as you would like it to, grab a tennis ball, or in this case a lacrosse ball, and let's see what we can do. So before we get to this exercise, the first thing we always need to do is to perform a baseline test to see how your neck feels and functions first, so that once you've performed this exercise, you can retest the exact same things again to see if anything has genuinely changed. Like everything that we do on this channel, I don't want you to have to trust me, you shouldn't have to take my word for it. We need to base everything that we do on results so that you don't have to guess what's going to make you feel better, you can see it with your own eyes. We can test out how your neck feels in a few very simple ways. The first is we can get you to turn your head as far as you can to one side, turn your head as far as you can to the other side, taking note of not only how far you feel you can go, so for me I can get to here today, but we also want to take note of how it feels to do. So for me, I don't feel too restricted going this way, but when I come this way, I feel like I jam up a little bit on the right side here, and I feel a little bit restricted on the left through here as well. Similarly, if we get you to look up and then look down, just take note of how it feels. You can also bend to one side, bend to the other side, just to get a sense of how far you feel you go, and also what you feel when you do that. Because as I mentioned, not only is it a good test and retest, but where you feel those restrictions may inform you as to where you need to put the ball to get those restrictions to go away. So all you'll need is a tennis ball. In this case, I'm going to use my lacrosse ball. I typically tend to do this on the floor, but if you feel like lying down on your back doesn't work for you specifically, you can do the exact same thing sitting, leaning up against a wall, or standing, leaning up against a wall. So just choose the one that you feel is the most beneficial for you. But how it looks, as always, is if we take the ball, we want to start somewhere relatively obvious. So at the base of your neck, there's a bump that sticks out the most. This is typically your C7 level, the junction between where your neck finishes and when your upper back starts. So we're going to place the ball right on the bony bump in the middle. And then from here, we're going to roll the ball immediately off that bump onto the soft tissue next to it. And then in this instance, we're going to lie down and then gently let the ball press into that spot. You may need to roll a little bit on say like a 30 to a 45 degree angle so that you feel like you're getting some really nice pressure through the bony joints of your neck. Spend 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 2 minutes as we always do, just letting the ball press in and sink into this tissue. Try and relax. If it is particularly tight and restricted, you can take a couple of gentle deep breaths just to prompt your nervous system to give, allowing any of that tight and soft tissue to relax a little bit faster. But the nuance to this exercise that I think a lot of people tend to get wrong or don't appreciate is we want to compare how one side feels compared to the other side. But what we're looking for is we're not necessarily looking for pain, especially because not everyone has neck pain, but we're looking to get a sense of which side you feel the ball sinks in easier to. So for me, on the right-hand side here, it feels a little bit tender, but it feels like it sinks in relatively well. However, when I come back across to my left-hand side, it just tends to feel a little bit thicker, a little bit harder, a little bit more dense, a little bit more restricted. And that nuance that I spoke about is that we want you to spend time on the spots that feel the most restricted, not the side that feels the most symptomatic, whatever that is for you. So if you turn your head to the right like I did before, and I feel like my right side is jamming up a little bit, naturally we'd be inclined to put the ball into that part of the neck, because our symptoms are telling us that we need to be there. But again, your neck isn't a right side and a left side, it's one complete structure. It's a closed system. If the left-hand side of your neck is the most restricted, then when you turn your head to the right, it's not going to open up as much, so the right side could jam up a little bit more. Vice versa, if you turn your head to the left and it gets restricted, the left side could be jamming up rather than the right side not opening up. But we don't need to care about any of that stuff. All you need to focus on is where does the ball feel like it doesn't sink in the best? And then as you systematically work your way up above that bump at C7 and systematically work your way down lower towards sort of the middle of your shoulder blades, we want to capture anything and everything that you feel is thick, tight, stiff, restricted, more dense than the other side. And even though your neck is your neck, we still want to come down lower down onto your thoracic spine, because again, you're not just a neck and a thoracic spine, it's all connected. So if there's a stiff handbrake down low, then it may restrict or limit your ability to express normal motion through the joints above that, which in this instance is likely your neck. So once you've systematically worked your way all the way up and all the way down on both sides, but naturally spending all the time you need to spend on the spots that feel the most restricted, then immediately recheck your movements once again. And for me, now coming around this side, I don't feel like I'm jamming up as much. Hopefully visually you can see more of the side of my face. I don't have those same restrictions. Still feels a little bit restricted, so I've got a little bit more work I could do. Looking up and looking down, both feel relatively smooth. Tilting to the side, which often gets a bit stiff for me because the top of my neck gets a bit stiff from looking down at work all day, but it feels a little bit more mobile than it did before. So for me, I've learned that I've got a few isolated spots that I could probably work on later today, and I will. But base it on how you feel and make sure that once you've done this, you feel genuinely more mobile afterwards. And let me know in the comments down below what your experience was. Because again, you shouldn't have to trust me. If you're doing the right thing, if you're finding some handbrakes and you're respectfully freeing them up in a really simple way, then if that handbrake was linked to a symptom, logic dictates that you should see a change to some degree in that symptom. But at the end of the day, a lot of the fiddly joints in the neck that may go unnoticed as a pillar of your dysfunction, you can get to with a ball. So again, please let me know how that felt. If you enjoyed the video, if it was helpful, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers, so please help me get there. If you'd like to help support the channel and get a little bit more extra content and some exclusive extended cuts of the videos that I put out, please consider becoming a member. It does make a difference and it does help me make more of these videos for you guys. But as always, I genuinely hope that was helpful and hope to see you next time.